Slouser here, and today we will be doing another Superman matchup chart. But firstly, Happy New Year. As I said in my first one, every 3 months I'll be doing an updated version because obviously of nerfs, buffs, and any new characters. So let's just get on with it. Before we do, if you are new to my channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with my content and to be updated when I live stream. First up, Aria. I'm going to put her -1. I can't remember where I put her before. I don't know if it was evens. I feel like it was, but I'm putting a -1 now. The thing with her is she has one game plan. Every Aria plays pretty much the same way, like the same tactic, but it's so effective. It's so strong. It just takes one hit, and because Superman's a big body, it's easy for them to chain off their combos, and it's tough. And she can kill Superman quite early, you know, at like around 100, 110. Usually against certain other characters, Superman can get to like 150, but Aria can kill him 110, 100, even 90, depending where she either hits them with a fair or an up air. Again, depends where she's hitting you. I don't put -2 because, again, it is one plan, one thing you kind of have to avoid of Aria. So you have to be patient against her, and Superman can freeze her red sword, and when you do that, you're a bit more safe. You can approach. You don't need to be too scared. But again, it's easier said than done. She's a very solid character, top 5 in the game in my opinion, but that's why it's a -1, not -2, because Superman can at least ice her up, and we do know her style, so we can kind of try and counter her. Batman. I believe before, when I did this the first time, we couldn't freeze the Batarang, and it was -2, but because now we can, I'm gonna go with still -2. I think Batman is one of Superman's hardest matchups. The Batarang, yes, we can freeze it, but if the Batman is smart and he's patient with it, he can counter you with it if you're trying to edge guard them. If you don't ice, they can protect themselves. If they're trying to combo you or you're going towards them and they hit you, again, they can then continue the combo or start it off. And even if you freeze the Batarang or they throw it in it, they lose it, they have the smoke, and you don't really want to go into them with the smoke, because once they hit you, you get weakened. They got the speed boost, and you don't know exactly where they are in the smoke. So you might just be going into them, and they have their time bomb. Batman has so many items, let's say, because the grappling hook as well is annoying. They can shoot at you, and then they can cancel it. Plus, his movement is fast. He's nearly as fast as Superman. I mean, I've seen some fast Batmans, and once they start air comboing you, it's like you're going up a stairs. They just keep uppercutting you until you're dead. It's tough. It's a really tough matchup. If he was slower, I think then Superman would definitely have a better time, but the fact that he's fast kind of counters with Superman's speed as well, makes it tough. So yeah, I'm gonna go with -2. Bugs Bunny, before I did +1, I'm now gonna put it on evens. The difference is, before it was much easier to edge guard him, much easier, but I feel like recently, I don't know which patch notes it was, or maybe it was there in the past, I just never noticed, but now it's like his ears got priority over my fairs and my nairs. Before, it just felt like as soon as he's off the stage, I just hit him. Even if he has his ears facing me, it's like I always hit him. But now it's like they hit me before it. It's more difficult to edge guard him now. And on stage, he can be a bit of a confusing character to go against, because he can go on the ground. He can bring out projectiles. He's got solid combos against Superman. Solid. He can go from like 0 to 40, 50 with a combo. Now, from saying all of that, it just feels like it should be a -1. But Superman can freeze him, well, some of his projectiles, and he can kill him still quite early. Bugs Bunny isn't the heaviest, he's not that fast, and Superman's speed is great. He can still edge guard him good, as long as you don't keep running into Bugs Bunny's traps and his patterns, and you get in and you can combo on him, you can start killing him pretty early. So with that, I feel it's evens. Next, Finn, 100% Superman's worst matchup. -2, I'd put -3 if I could. I hate facing a Finn, because it's just so hard. Superman is a close combat fighter. He does have his laser and he does have his ice, which gives him some range, but mainly it's his lasers. But you just jump, you know, and you get out of it. You can freeze Finn's apple or gem, but gem is infinite. You can just keep bringing it back out, so he doesn't really care. And then when it comes to the close combat, it feels like Finn always has priority. Probably, well, I mean, he does have a sword, so he does have a bit more range. So you have to really either get to your opponent so quick before your opponent can react with their sword, and then hit them first. But if your opponent lets go of their charged attack just before you get to them, you know, they start hitting you. And as I said, when they keep throwing the gem and they hit you, they can easily combo off you a few hits and into the Beyblades or backpack. Plus, he has 2 attacks that can break through armor. He's just super hard. It's my worst matchup. And I feel like it's Superman's worst matchup in general, not just me. Next, Garnet, +2. Still +2. I think Superman just beats Garnet everywhere. Garnet has, terrible character. Her moves just feel slow, on the ground, in the air. The abilities, everything just feels better. Like Superman has it, is better everywhere. The only thing she has, what she's got going for her, is the glove where she can aim at you, but Superman's fast, can easily dodge out of it. As I said, his punches, everything about him on the field is faster than her, and she is mainly on the field or on the stage fighter. It's a bad matchup for her. Harley Quinn, it used to be even. I'm gonna go with -1 now. I'm sure before we could freeze her balloon bombs, but now I'm sure when I freeze them, I still can get hit. So I'm confused. I don't know if it's supposed to freeze it or if it's not. And if you can't, then the only time we can actually destroy her bombs is by lasering it if it's on the ground. If it's in the air, you can't do anything. So she has great stage control. Her glove gives her good range. If you do knock her into the air and you try to go for a grab or you try to go for an up air, if you miss, she can glove you. Or if she dodges below you, she has amazing up air attacks and specials, and she can potentially kill you. The edge guarding is tricky. It depends on the Harley player. Some are very easy to edge guard, but then some are super difficult because they can utilize their glove amazing. They can use their glove to stall them in the air, and then if you try to get close, they can shoot you. It's not as easy as I thought to edge guard. It's like a 50-50 if you can read them. It's like a guessing game. She can combo on you 0 to 30 or 40. I can't remember exactly, but she's got good combos. It's just the stage control on her combos when she gets to you. It's tough. And some of Superman's greatest things, as I said, the up air and the aerials can't go to plan because, or sometimes it's a bit too risky, because if you miss it, you could end up paying for it. But then that's why it's a -1 as well, because she is easy to kill. She is quite slow. Her movement and her dodges aren't the best, so Superman can get in there quicker. So if she does use the glove or whatever other move, you can get to her very quick. So Superman does have some things getting in there, and she's light, she can die quick. And as I said, if she is off stage and you can kind of guess what she's going to do to get back onto stage, because her dodging and her movement in the air is slow, Superman's one of the fastest. It balances out. Now Jake, I'm not sure if -1 or evens, but because of the new patch notes, they did mention they are nerfing Jake, and they already have. I'm going with evens because they are planning to nerf his skateboard and his down air special. And one of the biggest problems with Jake against Superman is his skateboard. It's easy for him to hit Superman and to do at least 3, even possible 4 hits on Superman, because obviously Superman's a big body. But because they are planning to nerf that, or at least have a counterplay to it, I think by the time this video is out, it will either have those nerfs, or a week, 2 weeks later after this video, he'll have them, and then I think it'll be much easier for Superman to fight him. But Jake still has things going for him, the stretching arm, and there his combo game is still very strong against Superman. If you're on the wall or off stage, it's hard to get back on. You're gonna have to just again try and trick your opponent. Because Jake is quite a round body, you can combo on him, and they've made him lighter, so it is easier to kill him. I feel like Jake is the range but slow, Superman is the speed but very small hitboxes. So it's about getting in, and once you get in, you can do damage. If you don't get in, you're going to get damaged. That's why I just find it evens now. But before the nerfs, it was definitely a -1. Rain Dog, I'm going +2, because Rain Dog really has one zoning tool, you know, the flaming it into the ball. If you can just dodge that and get in, Rain Dog is a big body and he's quite light. So Superman can one combo on him for longer and can kill him quite early. The only real trouble you can is if you just keep getting hit by the projectiles. But then you could say that with any of the projectile users. If you're always getting hit by projectiles, well, you're going to struggle to everyone. But in terms of Rain Dog's projectiles, they're not the best against Superman. Shaggy. On my original one, I put him +1, and I was going to do evens. But again, because of his nerf recently, +1. His Nair used to break armor on the first hit. It was an armor breaker, but they removed that, and obviously a few other nerfs, like he can't hold his Ultra Instinct mode forever now. He's got 15 seconds, I believe. Big nerf. The Nair was the biggest problem, because you couldn't hold an armored attack. You were too scared, because once Shaggy gets that Nair, he can then combo on you. It was tough. But as soon as they nerfed it, now you've only got one move when he's on the ground, so you kind of expect it if he's walking around. But once he's in the air, you've got nothing to fear anymore, unless he has his Ultra Instinct mode. That Nair was a big deal. Big deal. Steven Universe, +1. Very light, can combo on you, and once he sets up the shields, he can do some serious damage. Like, it's crazy. Just keeps bouncing you off the shields, And if he has collateral damage, it racks up. But Steven's very easy to kill, and he doesn't have any armor break. So if all you have to do is kind of wait for him to get to you, if you can just up smash him or forward smash him with your armor, it's like you're getting a free hit. Yeah, of course he's doing a bit of damage to you, but because he's a light character, you might knock him off stage, or you might knock him high enough, which then you can dodge jump into up air or up grab. And if you grab him, he can potentially die. I've killed so many at like 60. Some could argue for evens, but I just feel because once you kind of understand their patterns and what their approach is, and you just stay away from the shields, it makes the match a lot more easier. And his flipping watermelon guy, you just kill him one hit. Tom and Jerry, still as before, +2. Similar to Rain Dog, but instead, his projectiles are actually really good, and they can cause Superman trouble if you're just constantly running into them. You just need to watch their patterns, see what they're doing. As soon as you hit Tom off stage, 8 out of 10 times you kill him. Because he's either going to use the fishing hook, or he's going to try and use the pan or the dustbin lids to try and get back onto stage to keep you away, but they're quite slow. And as soon as you get past it, he's free kill. His recovery is terrible. Superman's one of the best, if not the best edge guarder in the game. So from one of the worst recoveries to one of the best at edge guarding, yeah, you just have to get in. And once you get in, it's tough. I mean, I could be on like 80 and I know that all I need to do is knock Tom off stage. I could be on 100 and they could be at 0. Again, all I need to know is I can still knock him off stage and it's done. Wonder Woman +1. Some could argue for evens, but I think off stage, Superman hands down wins. Now on stage, Wonder Woman has amazing combos. He can bring you from one stage to the other side so quick. It's just by comboing you. And she has 2 armor break moves. I think it's 2 or 1. It's 1 or 2. And she has a shield to protect her from a hit, but that can be countered by Superman's ice, which just gets rid of it and slows her down. So instant counter. And then on stage, because of Superman's movement and his jab speed, while she's attacking, the amount of times I can dodge and jab before she even gets to do her attack, I've done it so many times. And then I combo into her and then try and knock her off stage. She doesn't have the best recovery. She might use the whip to push you back, or she has to use her shield to kind of glide back onto stage, which gives you a big opening because that's a big body there, just a fair on there. Superman dominates, as I said, in the air compared to her. Unless she's below you, then obviously she can do her up air combos and can kill you quite early. She has amazing up air combos, but majority of the time I do believe just Superman just is a bit too much for her. So +1. Velma, I'm gonna go with +1. C, I feel, is a more difficult zoner to go against than Tom and Jerry and Rain Dog, because her projectiles are faster than Rain Dog's, and once you get targeted, it's auto aim, so you kind of have to freeze her or freeze the projectiles or just dodge them. She's got that stupid sniper poke, so you kind of have to waste your dodge and jumps to just not get hit. And even when you do get close, if you don't punish her and she counters you, she does a lot of damage. Her up air does pretty decent damage, and if you're off stage and you're trying to edge guard her and she down airs you, that does a lot of damage too. Yeah, it's surprising she does a bit of damage. Close combat, I still say +1 because she's not the best at combos. Superman's much faster than her. She's decent at recoveries. She can mix up. Very similar to like Harley, where she can kind of use a, is it down air or down special? I can't remember which one, but to slow it down. I tend to be able to kill her when she's off stage, unless they've saved their projectiles and then hit you as you're trying to get in. But yeah, once you're in, you can do some serious damage. She's ahead of Tom and Jerry because her recoveries is better. She can actually float in the air while using her sniper aim move. Taz, I'm going with evens. Both Taz and Superman are great at edge guarding. It's hard to be on the wall against Taz because he could go into a tornado. All he can do is down air, which is an armor break. Very powerful as well. So if you're on stage and you're holding an up smash or forward smash, he could armor break you. He has his own armored attack, and he has a projectile which can cause trouble on the field. But what kind of counters him is Superman's much better in the air, and he can kind of play the slower game using laser, using ice, slow him down, then comboing him, then try and do as much damage before going in for that kill. Edge guarding is sometimes 50-50. If they're in tornado, they tend to get back onto stage. You can still hit them, but it's risky because you might end up getting hit yourself. Or if you hit them before they get into a tornado, you can kill them because he's not the heaviest, but he is tough. But I think because Superman he's good in the air, and Taz isn't. He's in tornado mode, he's good. And he can, spit apple out when he's in the air, but it's not the Superman level. If you play slower against him, you should do fine. Iron Giant used to be +1, but now 100% +2. He's had so many nerfs. Yeah, it's become much easier. I used to struggle against him, which made me used to think, all right, is he really a +1? because on paper in my head it feels like he was back then, but now that I'm understanding the matchup more, and because of the Iron Giant nerfs, Superman dominates. Superman can combo on him for a long time. Just wait for him to use his invincibility move, and then you can combo him for ages. Nairs, fairs, jabs, down smashes, up smashes, like you can combo him for a long time. Of course, Iron Giant can also combo on you because you are a big body. You're both gonna survive for a long time, but Superman is still smaller. He's faster, insane combos, can slow him down easily. His lasers, if there's platforms, pretty much always hit Iron Giant, because if it goes on a platform, Iron Giant's body is above the platform, so he always gets hit. There's a lot for Iron Giant to handle. +2. LeBron James, I put evens before, +1. After playing more LeBron James, when you freeze their ball, it really does slow them down. I mean, one of LeBron's perks is he puts 2 basketballs on the stage. Good stage control, but Superman can just freeze it, and it really just ends his plan. So he kind of has to face you with fists, unless he just holds the basketball, and Superman's just faster, more tankier, more powerful. LeBron is powerful, he can kill early, but Superman is still extra. And when it comes to edge guarding, LeBron has some ways to get back on, but if he messes up or misses, Superman can just nair. Nair usually ends LeBron. I've killed so many by just using nair. He can edge guard you back. You know, if you're on the wall, he can just throw the basketball down, or he can bump his chest if he's trying to get at you, but they tend to use their basketball instead to edge guard. But if they don't have it, it's much harder for them to do anything. Morty, -1. It's hard to edge guard him. You either have to be really fast to kill him, because if he goes into his teleport, you need to use your nair quick enough that you hit him twice, that obviously you break his armor, and then you hit him. If you're not fast enough, he can just teleport through and boom, he's back onto stage. Or he can just use UFO to come back up if you've knocked him down to try and spike him. He's tough, extremely tough, and on stage his combo is so easy to hit on Superman. Just jab, down smash, and then into hammer or something like that. It's so easy for him to get like 20 to 30 damage on Superman, because again, Superman's a big body and his combo is quite a big range. It's easy, it's so easy. Plus, if Morty wants to, he can try and zone you out with the grenades, with the laser gun, and then when you get in close, he uses his axe. It's tough, it's so hard to get in, and when you do get in, he has combos to actually hurt you big. He's a zoner, but he can also fight up close. He's got the best of both worlds, and he can, as I said, he can recover very good. Rick, on the other hand, I'm going with +1. I feel his teleport is much easier to deal with, because once he uses it, there's a big cooldown, and then once you knock him off stage, he's only got his ski move or his blaster up air or up special, whatever it is, but Superman can hit him still. You know, if you're just above his skis, you can fair or nair him, and if it's the explosion one, that's even easier to hit. Once he has no teleport, it's quite easy to edge guard Rick. Plus, pretty light character, easy to jab combo into, hitting him in the air and then up air or up grab, and if you do get it, you have a good chance of killing him. Rick does have, obviously, his projectiles, but one of them you can just freeze, the Miziks. The laser, you can just jump or dodge through it. Once it's the tiny lasers, you don't care, but if it's the big ones, it does have ammo, so it's not too scary. You know, there's only 2 or 3. Again, you can just jump over, dodge through it, and then boom. His metamorph move is nothing to worry about. Just laser the ground. If he stays there to get big, at least you hit him with the laser, and then you can combo on him. Gizmo, I'm going with evens. I feel he's only really got 1 projectile, but it's very effective. It's similar to like Aria, where it's got like that single game plan, but Gizmo doesn't have a single game plan, but he has a single projectile plan, and that's popcorn into arrow, and it's so annoying. Like, you're just waiting there. You can ice the popcorn, which then kind of just brings out just the arrow, which then you can ice that as well, so that does come in handy. That's why one of the reasons for evens, so you can counter his defensive zoning play. The car is annoying to deal with. The amount of times I've died from it. You freeze it and it still moves, so tough to deal with, and it can kill you quite early. I've died from it like 110, 120, and he has some solid moves when you're off stage with the down airs and his forward attack, I think, or fair, or the umbrella. He's got some good attacks, but yeah, his down air is very good. So many times he's killed me from that, so it's definitely something to be worried about. First evens, because Superman does have the speed advantage, he does have the power. Gizmo is light, Superman can kill him early, and when it comes to edge guarding, if you can be patient, or if you can get priority against his umbrella, you can kill him. But you could also just go under him, grab him, and then throw him back, or you could just wait on stage and then forward smash him once he gets closer to stage. Because he's light, he's very quick to kill, but that's when if you can get to him. It is tough. It's a hard matchup though. I do struggle against Gizmos. Stripe, I'm gonna go with +1. I think his nerfs definitely helps Superman. He used to be, like I said, a -1, I felt. Now it's +1. 3 bullets, so every time he shoots one, I'm always keeping in my head, alright, he's got 2 more for 14 seconds. If they spam it, then his life's easy. I can just start rushing in. I don't care if he hits me because I can just go back at him. It's still dangerous though if he does get the auto aim on you. Be cautious. Don't start spamming your dodges. Don't start spamming your jumps. What I do is I just be patient, wait for the shot, then I'll jump. Shoot me again, cool. Then I'll use a dodge. Shoot me again, cool. I've still got a dodge, jump, and I could even fly, you know, with side special. The key is just not to panic. Don't panic press trying to get back onto stage. Just be patient. You will get back on to it. Superman has a great recovery, so many options to get back there. That's one of the great things about Stripe, is because his gun is so good at keeping opponents off stage, or it can combo into other things. But right now I'm just talking about off stage. On stage, his fair is amazing. It is amazing, but it doesn't break armors, so you can always charge up your up smash or forward smash, knock him off, knock him back. He's quite a light character like Gizmo, and doesn't have that many recovery tools. He can use the chainsaw, but it's got a slow startup. So if you're fast enough, you can fair him or nair him. Superman can edge guard pretty good. That's all I can say. And on stage, as I said, because he's really got one dangerous attack, is fair. He does have projectiles like Buzzsaw, like, and his TNT and stuff, but his Buzzsaw you can freeze. It's not dangerous. You can just dodge it. As long as you can avoid the fair and time it and encounter him, attack him, or as I said, use your armored attacks, you should be able to deal with him. Black Adam, it used to be when he first came out, he was instantly +2 or +1. It was so easy, but I'm gonna go with evens. I think it's such a good match. I really enjoy this match. It's like the opposites. While Superman can fly sideways, he can fly upwards and downwards. He's not really the combo character. He's got one combo, you know, the jab, down smash, but you know, he's more a heavy hitter, do the heavy blows. While Black Adam's more combos. Like, I've seen him do 0 to 40 combos, like just non-stop hit after hit. He's got more range than Superman, while Superman again does have range, but he is basically a close combat fighter. And when it comes to the edge guarding, they're both, as I've just mentioned, Superman does have one of the best recoveries, but also Black Adam. It's so hard now because of his flying. It's so fast. It's hard to like pinpoint where he's gonna go. Most of the time they go up, but if they don't, they could go low. You're going low, but then they just fly back up. You know, he's hard to edge guard. Both Black Adam and Superman can combo and do a lot of damage to each other. I think they both can counter each other in ways. And lastly, Marvin. I haven't faced that many. I know when he got buffed, they really helped him, but before I would have definitely said +2 again or +1. I'm going +1. Yeah, he's so easy to edge guard. So easy. He's light. He does have those attacks what can spike him or hit him off the side and the air, but if you just play smart, you don't get caught. I mean, you could say that about any character, but in terms of, you know, his electric move is just straight down. He can't make it go diagonal. So if you know he's directly above you, all you have to do is go to the side. It's not like Velma's late sniper where she can aim it up and down, or Harley's glove where most of them use that perk anyway, can aim the glove. And it's got a pretty slow startup, so if you get him before he even does it, you know, he can do some serious damage. The big rocket is powerful, but it's slow. As long as you keep an eye on it, you can dodge it. And on stage, because of Superman's speed, if you get in and do some damage, you can kill him early. And if you knock him off stage, he doesn't have the best recovery. So I'm gonna go with +1. There you have it. This is my Superman matchup chart. I know some of you might have it differently, you Superman mains, but this is from my personal experience. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. Honestly, I'm pretty happy with this tier list. Anyway, that is it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope this helps you out if you are like a new Superman player or just getting into the game and want to main Superman, or if you're just a low level Superman, mid level. As I said, if you are new to my channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I hope you all have a good new year 2023. Let's have a good one. Let's grind on MultiVersus, and time to hit the top. Slaza is out.